Hello, everybody. Welcome to Stampers Club. I'm Karen Tralfa, and today I have a terrific card for you, terrific toadstools, that is. And you are going to absolutely love the layout of this one and the fun, bright colors. Let me show you what we're going to be playing with. So we're going to be using the terrific Toadstools bundle. Now, this bundle is all about the shrooms, guys, and it comes with a punch. So it makes it really quick and easy. I love punches because you don't need a whole setup of other tools. They're totally self-sufficient, and the color combinations can be just unlimited with the mushrooms. Now, I've partnered it up today with the terrific Toadstool Designer Series paper, which is a free item during Sale-a-Bration. So it comes with 8 sheets of each pattern, but look at these fun, bright colors, right? And then, of course, the backs have a little bit more subtle images, so it doesn't all have mushrooms on it, right? So you could use just even these cute little polka dots or something, right? But I love the little mushrooms with the snails. I mean, aren't those just adorable? But this is what we're going to be playing with today, is this designer paper. So let me show you how I made this card. I need the punch. I don't need the stamp set right now. Okay, let's set that aside. So I started out with a piece of bubble bath cardstock. This is a new color for us this year. And I'm really liking this light pink. It's not orangey or really even blue, but it's a nice, pretty baby pink, quite honestly. It's almost got a little bit of blue purple kind of mixed in, but I really enjoy this color. It's very soft, right? But we're going to brighten this up, right? So I'm going to bring in some Granny Apple Green cardstock and some of that designer paper. So I have one of the pieces. Oh, this would be pretty right on here too, wouldn't it? Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Should I change it up? No. You know what? I might change that up. We're going to change this up. I'm not even going to use this piece. No, we'll leave it the way it was. It's kind of cool though. I think I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna put this on the bottom. You know, design as we go here, guys, right? So I'm gonna put this on the Granny Apple Green. I'm not even gonna use this piece, because I don't want this contrast here. I want that. We're just gonna skip that piece, right? And this, I'm going to add some ribbon to it. So I have some peach pie ribbon that I'm going to wrap around here by my scissors. I need some peach pie ribbon and some linen thread. Now I have a spare piece here laying here, and some linen thread. So what I want to do here is I want to create a bow on the edge. Now I'll just do it like this. And I'm going to put my ribbon here, get my linen thread tied around it. Whoa. Maybe. I'm all thumbs today, guys. All right, so we want to get this ribbon. I'm going to just lay it straight there and tie this tight. I know it's a little bit of a fussy thing, but it's really cute anyway. All right, so I could have glued this ribbon down. That would have made it easier. And I'm just going to tie a bow like you do in your shoelaces. Nothing spectacular there. Super easy. Hold those centers down so your ribbon stays flat, your twine stays flat. And let's cut these tails on this one. And I'm going to trim this a little bit also. I don't want these quite this long. Trim those off. So I'm just adding some fun color in here, right? Now this piece I am going to put up on dimensionals. You know, my Stamp Room diamonds here, guys. That's, you know, me. I love dimension. I like being able to show people cards that have a little bit more uniqueness to them. You know, not just your standard, card from the drugstore where it's just, one-dimensional. Let's get these to be a little bit three-dimensional, huh? All right, so let's put this down in the middle here. This looks good. Let me straighten that ribbon. There we go. I like that. Okay. Now let's grab a circle. This is I die cut this with the stitched shape, so it's got these little stitch die cuts or stitch dots around the outside edge. So it's got a little more character. And I want to grab early espresso ink and my 2 mushroom stems. Okay, so let's do one this way, and we'll do the other one next to it, and it'll go that direction. Okay, perfect. Now, as you can see, mine didn't quite. I don't think I didn't put enough ink on there, but a little bit of a helpful tip might be to grab a blender pen. If you ever have this happen, while the ink is still wet, you can certainly move it around the paper, right? So you can use your blender pen for some little touch-ups if things don't quite stamp the way you expected them to, right? Okay, so got that fixed up. And this I'm going to put on to a Granny Apple Green cardstock that I die cut out with one of the Spotlight on Nature dies. If you haven't checked out those dies, you really need to. I have several videos with Spotlight on Nature out there that you can go take a look at and see some different ways that we use these dies. But there is 3 different patterns. This one has like a little edging around, like a little indents, little dashes. And then there's one with dashes and dots. There's one with little filigrees, and they're different sizes and they nest, and they work also really well with the stitch shapes. So there, you've got a lot going on there. It's a very valuable set. All right, let me grab some dimensionals on this. This card definitely is going to have dimension, dimension, dimension. Now, when you mail a card with this many dimensionals on it, I know it's going to seem like it might be too thick, but it's not. These kind of flatten down in the mail. You have 1/4 of an inch before you have to pay extra. And even if you have to pay a few pennies extra, I'm pretty sure the person that you're sending it to is well worth it. All right, so now let me get some cardstock here, and I want to get pumpkin pie and melon mambo, right? So I'm going to do 1 mushroom in melon mambo and 1 mushroom in pumpkin pie. And I'm going to do melon mambo. I do not like the way that came out. Let's restamp that. Melon mambo. Perfect. That's much better. And then I'll just get another piece of paper here for the pumpkin pie. There's always big cardstock on my tables. And pumpkin pie. And I'm going to do this one upside down. I think that's the way the punch punches out. Perfect. Let's put these away before I wear them. I tend to do that. I don't know how many times my arm has gone across an ink pad, and there it goes. All right. So the punch, I always punch upside down. So you can line that up and punch that out. And then the same with this one. Line that up. Now, if you need some help with the pressure on these, you can set this down and actually use 2 hands or your wrist to punch that out if you have any type of issue with squeezing. That really helps when you're doing with punches like this. All right, so my little orange one here, I'm going to get my dimensional right there. And I'm going to put this over the top of my dimensional. Okay. And then this one, I'm going to use a double stacked dimensional because I want this a little bit in front of the orange one. So I'm just going to put 2 on top of one on top of each other. Use 2. and then get my other one and put it right there. Just wanted it to be, have that little bit of a space. So like I said, this might feel like you've got a lot going on, but one, it smooshes down. So it's definitely going to fit through all the postage stuff. Another tip for when you're mailing cards that might be a little bit more involved or have embellishments on it is put a piece of cardstock over the top of them. And then it smoothly goes through the postage meters and you don't have any damage to your card. So that's another little trick for that. All right, let's get our greeting on here. I just have a piece of basic white. I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. Keeping with our theme on our colors here. Don't you love these bright colors? What's your favorite color out of the ones that I'm using today? Which one is your favorite color? Which one do you feel like you use the most? Leave me a comment below. Let me know. I always like to know how other people use their products. What's your go-to color? I tend to use a little bit of everything. I'm not sure I like how that came out. I don't know if I have another piece of cardstock. I can make another piece of cardstock. How about that? Let's just come over here. I think this was 3/4 of an inch wide. Since I have all this cardstock on my table, I think my ink pad needs some more ink. I've been using Granny Apple Green a lot. Now, when you're stamping, when you're adding ink to your stamp, pushing into the ink pad doesn't do it. This isn't a sponge, it doesn't absorb it. It's more about how many times you touch the ink pad. It's like painting a wall. The more times you go over it, the more paint gets laid on. So it's a kind of easier if you just tap it a whole bunch of times. That's better. Much better. I was missing parts of the letters. Okay. And then I'm just going to do, a little slice on each side here just to dress up the edges. And I am going to ultimately put it right here. So let me grab a couple more of these. Now I'm not adding any height to this because this one's on 2 dimensionals. So I'm not adding any height to this. But I am going to pop the white up all over the top. And I'm going to go a little bit lower here, right about there. Popping up just to say hi. Popping up to say hi. Now, so here's the DSP that I chose on this one, and this was the way I did it originally. So look at how you can just mix and match and actually have a total different look on your card here. Isn't that amazing how that happens? Same exact card. I did all the same things, right? And total different look by just changing this background on the designer series paper. I hope that you enjoyed my terrific Toadstool cards. I want you to make sure that you subscribe, give me some comments, let me know if you're enjoying the videos that I have for you here today or any of the ones in my gallery. There's lots there. You can also go over to my Facebook page, Stampers Club over on Facebook, and find me there, leave some comments there. If you'd like me to mail you one of these cards and so I can pop up and say hi, go ahead and shoot me your physical address. Don't put it in the comments. Go ahead and either email me at Karen@stampersclub.com or private message me. You can find me on Facebook too. That's a good way to do that. But let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys. I enjoy sharing these things with you. And the terrific Toadstools is one of them in the catalog that just got released that are a little bit sneaky in the hiding spots there. And maybe not one that you have looked at yet, but it is definitely a fun, bright set to play with. You guys have a great stamp happy day. Bye now.